Some in Washington are blaming Russia for a Trump 2020 victory that's yet to take place, of course. But with that said, anonymous sources are whispering about how the change of Director of National Intelligence is linked to a new Russia interference scandal. That's the reporting of One America's Chanel Rion.
Enemies of the Trump administration have dredged up a familiar story and are repackaging it for 2020. The New York Times reporting that unnamed intelligence officials, quote, warned House lawmakers last week Russia was interfering in the 2020 campaign to try to get President Trump reelected. 5 people familiar with the matter said. The New York Times goes on to state that President Trump was, quote, angered by news of this briefing. However, the reporters at the New York Times pushing this story are infamous for their anonymous sources. In this case, 5 unnamed sources reported from an outlet that does little to hide their hatred for the Trump administration and its policies. This anonymously based story has since become a breeding ground for rumors that President Trump was upset at the now departing acting director of national intelligence, Joseph Maguire, for even allowing the briefing to take place, hence Maguire's departure. This narrative has been widely questioned, even by CNN. One unnamed national security official contradicted the New York Times characterization by saying President Trump was not upset at DNI Maguire for the briefing, but took issue with the fact he had to hear about the briefing from a lawmaker rather than his own DNI. President Trump was quick to respond in a tweet. Another misinformation campaign is being launched by Democrats in Congress, saying that Russia prefers me to any of the do-nothing Democrat candidates who still have been unable to, after 2 weeks, count their votes in Iowa. Hoax number 7. As for President Trump's relationship with outgoing DNI Maguire, most media coverage seemed to discount the fact that President Trump warmly extended Maguire another job offer within the administration after his departure from DNI. Maguire was scheduled to leave his post March 11, and the White House is currently weighing 4 candidates to replace him within the next few weeks. Regardless of the questionable New York Times spin, and Adam Schiff, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and lead cheerleader of the Trump won because of Russia narrative, eagerly pushed the New York Times story in righteous tones. If reports are true and the president is interfering with that, he is again jeopardizing our efforts to stop foreign meddling, exactly as we warned he would do. The question becomes, are Democrats basing this revived plot based on factual evidence or narrative twisting conjectures? Only a public revelation of what that intelligence briefing exactly found would merit an answer. Chanel Rion, One America News, the White House.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.